Welcome back to the show. Today we're going to be checking out some creepy videos that'll make you rethink reality. As always, these videos are for entertainment purposes only, so grab your snacks, kick back, and let's go.
Food pyramid was a scam.
Yeah.
The degree to which that's a scam, there a worse medical crime in history than that?
No, I mean, telling Americans to load up on 7 to 11 servings of grains every single day.
To find out that that was a marketing ploy by the Department of Agriculture and that they went against the advice even of their own consultants who warned them that they would produce an epidemic of obesity and diabetes, which is, well, and not to say nothing of depression and dementia, which is exactly what we have now.
Exactly.
It's like what you even do when you find out that that's true.
And the unwarranted demonization of natural fat-containing foods, nutrient-dense foods like animal-source foods, which continue to be demonized.
Even by the American Diabetic Association Society.
If the food pyramid was the greatest medical crime of the century, then all these botched BBL surgeries got to be a strong second.
It's the most demonic music video I've ever seen in my life. The video starts in what it looks like a church, and he goes into like a private party, right, in which he enters and see himself maybe like acting as a DJ, right, or his alter ego. Then the weird thing is that this woman, she looks kind of evil from the beginning. Like she
looks off. There's something off
about her. Yeah, there's something weird about her. And then he goes in and she scratches him right here on the face. And when that happened, she just become demonic and she just goes like she spread her wings like demonic right there. Everybody looks possessed, like they look like demons. And out of a sudden, she starts throwing up this weird liquid that looks like blood.
The liquid is black.
It's like very concentrated blood almost. You know how the blood looks like black? Mm-hmm. And she vomits that, and then everybody gets possessed and start doing crazy things to each other. What do you think is the meaning behind this demonic music video? First of all, why?
I don't know who wrote the script for this music video, but apparently Justin and Sam Smith got the same iTunes playlist.
The Kool-Aid, you don't drink the gold juice. So I was offered the gold juice 3 times in my 20s, my 30s, and my 40s.
Pete? A lot of golden showers.
The gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice. You never offered the gold juice?
No, I'm a scumbag comic. What's the gold juice?
I don't know, but I didn't drink it and I didn't want it. And
is this in
I noticed when all the girls, certain girls on Orange changed. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's like a real thing. Like it's all a real thing, and it's scary because they send like people after you, and they can like kind of moonlight as like a friend or. And they're wolf in sheep's clothing. And listen, you can have everything you want, all the fame in the world, all the money. I'm like, what if I just drank it for the night? You know what I mean? Like, what if and I don't know what it is. If it's a metaphor for the gold juice, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Mostly.
And
if there's a tincture that makes you younger, I better know where. You better let me in on this. If adrenochrome is real, I'll be first in line.
Hollywood is a very dangerous place. One minute you're drinking gold juice, the next you're waking up on the cover of TMZ. Either way, you're never going to get something for nothing.
The monkeypox virus that was thought to only be in African countries has now spread to Sweden and the wastewater of the United States. Just yesterday, the World Health Organization declared monkeypox a global emergency, with it only being contained to African countries, especially the Democratic Republic of Congo. And as of just a few minutes ago, the wastewater in San Francisco has had the strain of monkeypox detected in the water. Officials are saying that this was found in 2 separate districts in the bays of San Francisco, California. And the UK is now preparing because Sweden now has its first confirmed case. The UK doesn't currently have any confirmed cases, but they are preparing for a potential outbreak with rapid testing and clinical protocols going into place. Sweden's health minister confirmed the case was the more severe Clade 1 strain, and the UK, which saw 286 cases last year, launched a new vaccination program for monkeypox in 2022.
After what happened with COVID, you'd think we'd be more prepared for something like this, but nothing really surprises me anymore. Apparently, cats and dogs have become buffet items and the borders are wide open. 2025 is going to be a wild ride.
One place you do not want to be right now is India. India's having one of the hottest heat waves in human history, even melting roads. Temperatures in India are as high as 60 degrees Celsius. If you're wondering how hot that is 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And the weirdest part is only India is suffering this right now. And it's the entire country. No surrounding countries are having problems like tires literally melting off the rim and plastic trash cans melting on the roads.
140 degrees. I mean, I'm no engineer, but imagine going to sleep with an iPhone in your back pocket and waking up with a homemade Neuralink stuck to your
I gotta straighten up my life. The heat wave made me realize I can't go to hell.
Probably don't age anymore. You know, 1%er, you don't know who they are. You don't even know what they look like. You don't even know their name. They could go down and be at a 7-Eleven, you wouldn't even know it. So they could not age and you wouldn't know it. Never get sick. Offspring would be born. They'd be super smart, super strong. Just quality of life improved in every direction. And I'm sure the 1%ers are enjoying it. While the rest of us are dying with diseases and malformities and stuff, they're walking around, you know, body beautiful. So that's just the medical area. Then and think about the other things. Transportation, the vehicles they travel around, home, security, all that stuff. Just, you know, it'd be like somebody in modern suburbia looking at a man in a cave. We're the men in the cave.
Okay, even if the 1% did have an anti-aging method that no one knew of, going down to 7-Eleven and enjoying a spicy bite is going to reverse that real quick.
Don't know that this town has been burning since 1962 and is still expected to burn for another 250 years. You see, Centralia was founded in 1866 in the heart of Pennsylvania's coal country and was very much like a normal town until 1962. In May of 1962, a fire accidentally ignited in a trash dump which was located in an abandoned strip mine. As in strip mining, the mines are very close to each other. The fire quickly spread to the coal mines beneath the town and continued to spread through underground and eventually covered an area of about 400 acres. This resulted in some of the residents to flee, but in 1981, a 12-year-old boy fell into a sinkhole caused by the fire, narrowly escaping death. This incident brought national attention to Centralia, so in 1984, Congress allocated $42 million for relocation efforts, and most residents took buyouts and left the town. By 1992, the state of Pennsylvania condemned all the buildings in Centralia, and the town's zip code was revoked in 2002. The fire still burns today and is expected to continue for at least another 250 years.
Why do you think Admiral Byrd and the Rockefellers were so much more interested in Antarctica, the South Pole, rather than the North Pole?
There's an incredible story that was in Admiral Byrd's diary that was found by his kids, where he said he flew into an area that opened up at Antarctica, and he went into an area where it was lush and tropical almost. And as he got into this area, this is according to his own diary, people can look this up, something took over his plane, and these two UFO-type craft, circular craft, flying saucers came, and it took over his craft, and it guided him in to this area where they landed. And then they took him to meet somebody that he calls in his diary, the Master. Pretty interesting story. This Master told him that they were wary of the nuclear bombs that had just, been utilized, dropped the nuclear in Japan and so forth, and they were wary of our experimentation with nuclear devices and wars because they're sharing this planet as well.
New prison concept might be the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Welcome to Cognify, a facility designed to treat criminals like patients. Instead of spending years in an actual prison cell, prisoners could finish their sentence here in just a few minutes. Cognify could someday create and implant artificial memories directly into the prisoner's brain. These complex, vivid, and lifelike memories are created in real time using AI-generated content. Depending on the seriousness of the subject's crime and their sentence, the memories could be tailored to the rehabilitation needs of each subject. The artificial memories implanted by Cognify would be seamlessly incorporated into the existing neural networks of the brain. Cognify Concept offers a new approach to criminal rehabilitation, transforming how society deals with offenders by focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment. First, the prisoner is given a choice, either spending tens of years in a prison cell or seeking fast-track rehabilitation through artificial memory implantation. Next, the prisoner undergoes high-resolution brain scan. Cognify is then placed around the head of the prisoner. The intensity and the type of artificial memories is then adjusted depending on the crime. Synthetic memories are customized depending on the crime committed. Violent offenders could experience memories that are designed to trigger empathy and remorse, seeing their crime from the perspective of their victim.
I keep saying this every day, but does anybody else feel like we're living in Black Mirror, 1984, The Giver vibes?
I don't know about you guys, but I believe there are way more pressing matters at hand, like keeping the cost of groceries down or finding a good cure for cancer. But hey, that's just me.
Something very strange happened to TikToker by the name of Alfred, not Alfredo. Before going to sleep, he noticed something very strange on his wall. He's able to see images upside down of his neighbors, a whole projection of his neighbor's house on his wall. Let's check out the video and let me know what you guys think. Pay close attention.
Okay, so I noticed this right here and I was like, why does this look like bushes? And then I realized, I thought this was just like the curtains, the little curtain square right there. And then I was like, you could see the cars drive by, and I just figured it was just lights. And then I just happened to turn the camera upside down, and I realized that's my neighbor's house. That's their car. This is the sky. You can see the cars. Let's see if a car drives by. You can see John. That's John walking across. You can see his pants. Like it's in color.
For those who grew up playing with viewfinders like me, we can all sit back and smile as he tries to figure out this modern mystery of the world.
Voice only you can hear, DARPA's sonic projector. So they would pinpoint it to one target.
Hey, you. Ma'am, please wake up.
Wake up.
You're sleeping in the library.
Most people of his age don't know much about sound. The whole idea of his sound spotlight system is to make sure that only one person can hear him, even though they're 20 meters away.
Hey, you there. You on the laptop.
Look at her. She's like, what?
Illegal files to the library network? I hope not. Hey, you there. Studying. Liz, can you hear me?
Look at these girls. All these girls are like, what?
Hey, you. Looking at CDs.
He's like, shit, I got caught.
Taking the mickey out of innocent readers might seem a bit childish, but there's a reason why Dr. Pompey comes here to test his kit.
A library is about the most sensitive area you can think of. The audio spotlight, we can deliver sound specifically directly to people within the library without bothering the other people that are reading quietly.
Like this. First, your voice is transformed into high-frequency ultrasound. Sound so high, no one can hear it. Ultrasound is highly directional, so, like a torch, it can be pointed at someone standing a long way away. Although they cannot hear the ultrasound, it causes secondary vibrations in the air around them, and it's that sound the person hears.
So if you imagine you're in a room and I shine a flashlight at you, it's very bright for you, but it's very dark for everybody else. Much the same way, the audio spotlight creates a very narrow beam of sound that you can shine at a listener. They hear it very clearly, and it doesn't create noise that might bother other people in the same space.
If you guys know of any real-world applications this would be useful for, let me know. But this guy just single-handedly picked up 8 women in the same library without anyone ever knowing. So he's definitely top G.
Perfect. In the Earth, there is something called synchronic lines or ley lines, and they work like an underground river passageways of basically energy, magnetism, geomagnetism. And so they cross a certain point. This is what you call the Earth grid. There is also a grid that comes from the sun. Some people call that the ascension grid. That's more like a cosmological grid, which is a form of energy and information and memory. Whereas in the Earth, these lines, there's a reason why these lines are crossing, and they kind of hold the energetic integrity of the actual planet. And so when they cross, they create, for a metaphysical mindset, basically a portal. A portal is another word for a doorway. So when you're sensitive to energy, these anomalies become basically an alchemical opportunity to reach states of consciousness where you can communicate with higher intelligence. You can regenerate your body.
almost dying?
Yeah.
Did you know that there's 3 things that will be revealed after our deaths that exist now?
What do you mean?
What?
There is a letter from Queen Elizabeth written to the mayor of Sydney, and she says, please don't open this letter until 2085. It's being held in a secret vault in Sydney, Australia.
What could be that important?
Oh no. The sign Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth.
That's insane.
Is it going to be something big? But then there's a movie called 100 Years, the movie you'll never see, starring John Malkovich, and it's to be released in theaters or to the public in 2115.
Really?
What if they know exactly what happens to us?
What if John Malkovich is a time traveler?
Weird.
And then the last thing, which was super weird, Jackie Kennedy's bloody pink suit. It's been held in a vault, secret. No one's allowed to see it. And they said they will release it to the public October 26, 2103.
Why? Why?
Don't know.
Alien blood.
Other than The Matrix, being John Malkovich was probably one of the first movies that made me think we were living in a simulation. You definitely got to check it out if you haven't seen it. But I'm not waiting 61 years to open a letter from the Queen with a hand-drawn picture of Dory and Nemo.
Gotcha.
We'll have officially...
That is a leopard seal, one of the ocean's most fierce and deadliest predators. And trust me, you don't want to mess with this creature underwater. You see, these sea monsters can grow up to 12 feet long and weigh over 1,300 pounds, which is almost as heavy as a Kodiak bear. Since they are the second most dangerous thing in the ice ocean, they will hunt anything in the water, including octopus, krill, and seabirds. But they like to hunt warm-blooded animals, therefore their favorite prey is penguins. These sea monsters can swim up to 37 kilometers per hour, and with those huge canine teeth, they can literally jump out of the water and turn a penguin into a happy meal. If the season is good, then they can easily wipe out 100 of the penguins to the point where they just kill for fun. And if you think you're safe, then you're wrong. There was one report where a researcher was drowned to death by a sea leopard while snorkeling. They have also been seen punching holes in an inflatable boat with people on it, but they are not that bad. One leopard seal made friends with a photographer and brought him a dead penguin to teach them how to hunt. And you know why they are the second most dangerous thing in the ice ocean? That's because of them.
Even if I was the friendliest thing in the ice ocean, I spend 90% of my day sunbathing. Ain't no way I'm getting in that water so you can turn me into a lemon pepper all flat.
Did you know The Simpsons predicted a dark winter of 2023? An episode from season 33 that aired in January 2023, apparently foreshadowing something called a dark winter coming to America. In the episode plot, the Simpson family finds themselves snowed in at home as a massive winter storm blankets Springfield. However, news reports indicate the freezing weather is not limited to just their town, but much of the United States is experiencing record cold temperatures, snowfalls, and dangerous ice storms. Grocery stores' shelves are empty as people are ordered to shelter at home. More intriguing is that the episode aired only a few months before winter 2023-2024. Could it be predictive? Even more unsettling is that dark winter is a term previously used by government officials and pandemic experts to describe a hypothetical crisis scenario involving a combination disaster. Dark winter was a term from after 9/11, picturing a U.S. smallpox attack. Now, with COVID, high costs, food and energy shortages, social fights, and worse weather from climate change, some fear a crisis like the one shown in a Simpsons episode hitting America. Only time will tell if the theories about a truly dark winter in 2023-2024 bear any credence. Let's wait and see.
Why she trying to gobble up all that water at once?
He's quite unusual looking.
Are
so
you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
What's wrong with him?
He just kind of stares into the distance and he doesn't really engage with anyone.
He's just really the weirdest dog I've ever seen. Me? Come on, boy. Can you go in and touch him? Do you want to have a... Yeah?
Just hold your hand out
So that he gets used to your smell. It's really strange. just seems weird, like he shouldn't actually be here at all.
No, I think you're right. Well, I don't think he will be here for much longer. Better off dead, aren't you?
I don't know what it is, but I definitely don't blame it for not trusting her. Coming up in here wearing a jacket with the same fur I got. Talking about, come here, boy. I don't know you like that.
So friends, you can see in this video that the wedding is taking place. The bride and groom are putting garlands on each other, and it's an Indian wedding. And suddenly the bride sees something that shocks her, and begins to tremble, and after a while her mind goes away. So the bride saw the angel of death, and she begins to tremble because he has come to take her soul. And the atmosphere of happiness suddenly turns into sadness.
I know that groom was mad after he already said I do. That's probably what you get for trying to have an arranged wedding at the Human Harmony Festival.
Come on, man.
That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the clips. If you did, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, comment on your favorite ones, and join the Space Crew. You already know why, because we rocking. Peace.